Welcome back to Sky Tamer 2 Grandmaster. In the first episode, we tried to make every single unit and all of them looked really good. In this episode, we're going to explore a few more combinations, see what really can get us to Grandmaster. Let's begin. Alright, game number 1 is going to be against the Protoss. I think in the first episode of this, we actually did not get to play against the Protoss, so that is going to be very fun. And very scary as well. I did express my concerns in that first episode of playing TVP and perhaps just dying to a few Stalkers, so let's see. What combination can we make work against Protoss? I feel like it has to start with Banshees. I also feel like we might have to go for maybe like an early Planetary Fortress or so, because I'm not quite sure how else we could defend attacks with very limited units. And yeah, literally no factory units is going to make that very difficult. So I'm going to do some kind of a Banshee opener. Should I do it a double gas or not? Like, if I do a double gas, it's quite literally just gonna be a mind game, which could actually work into my... Actually, let's do that. Could work into my favor. Because I'm only gonna make 1 Reaper and 5 Marines as promised, at least until we get owned too hard by just a few Stalkers, right? But I could play double gas. If he scouts my base, he might panic, he might think I'm one-basing, he might make too many defenses, but in the end, all I'm gonna make is just a few Marines. I'm gonna make 1 Reaper and a Reactor. And actually, I do like the idea of this build, whether it's gonna flow well or not, we're gonna find out. Now, in the last episode, like I said, I think we got to use every single unit, which was awesome. All of them looked quite strong, from Ravens to Banshees to Battlecruisers, but we didn't get to play against the Protoss, and one thing I think is, I said I wasn't gonna land my Vikings, at least not yet. But that might be the best starport unit against Protoss for this challenge. So how am I gonna battle a ground army without that? I feel like... Well, actually, I do have an idea. I could technically play Banshee Viking, snipe the observers with the Viking range, and then use my Banshees to just deal an insane amount of damage with Cloak, while obviously building more and more units. Though it does sound a little bit like a dream. Like, if he has 10 Stalkers, for example, he's going to be one-shotting my Banshees, so, you know, every time I kill an observer, I'll probably just lose a Banshee and then he retreats. But we're just going to have to see how it plays out. Now, we're actually not being probe scouted here, which is a little bit scary. So I'm going to be scouting around. You know, it is really funny. Every time I do another challenge, it's just, I get confused, you know? Like, sometimes I'm not even sure anymore what my rules are. Even if I play, like, the ESL Cup challenges or the low APM challenge I did, etc. Sometimes I'm like, wait, am I even supposed to scout or to play fast? Or, like, you know, it actually gets a little bit confusing sometimes. Now, I don't like the fact that we're not being scouted, because I was really in this for the mind game. There doesn't seem to be a proxy around our base, so I'm just going to go across the map. Probably, yeah, I was gonna say, probably should have built this on the high ground, just as I said it. If your opponent doesn't scout, there's just a really good chance he's a cheesy bastard, basically. That's the point I was trying to make. There we go. Yeah, what sucks here is that I'm not allowed to make a factory unit. I do need to get my starport up. That's the Adept already. Yeah, I think this is just gonna have to be a cancel. I'm not gonna pretend to be able to hold this. And he actually had a massive builder advantage here. The no scout into the chronoed units. My mind game didn't work. Normally, if they see a double gas, they would probably retreat, but he didn't scout, attacked instead. And since I wasn't allowed to make factory units, it worked out perfectly. So definitely luck not on our side for this opener, but it's still all good. Let's see, he's an Adept there. Let's see what he has. There's a gateway. Okay, so it's a Twilight. He's making a bunch of gateways already. Ooh, I actually could have lost that. Okay, so I'm gonna make 5 Marines, not 6. And then I guess I should probably just get working on a second starport right away. Which, this is probably the craziest build I've ever done against the Protoss. And, you know I have done the Bomb Cloud and all those things, but this one really feels very, very strange to me to do. The double starport against Protoss. I mean, I guess I've done it before with the Ravens, though I would more typically get extra factories instead of a starport out. I'm gonna make a bunker here at the front. I think that is the best one that fits, because that way I can actually wall it off. Now, I'm not sure if it's smart for me to put my barracks, for example, in the wall, because I don't want to telegraph too hard what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to let him know instantly what's going on. Oh, I'm not sure why all of his units were there, but that is also going to work out quite well for him. Yeah, definitely not our luckiest game so far, guys, but, you know, the challenge is always welcome. I think I am actually going to do it. I'm just going to wall this off real fast. And I'm gonna go for 2 Banshees at once, so I'm gonna go up to 3. And then just hope that I kind of have, you know, anti-air and stuff in time to kill an observer potentially, or whatever is on its way. Now, all I know is that he has 3 gateways and a Twilight Council. which could also just be a normal macro game. It could be the dreaded 4-gate blink. But yeah, if it is a macro game, that would probably be nicer for us. I really want to get Banshee speed here. I feel like I'm being a little bit too greedy here. Let's see, does he have a third? There's no third base, guys. 4-gate blink could be imminent. Though I could actually make more Banshees as well. And just SCV pool to defend the blink. His units are still at Homer. That's actually a big tell. Let's see. He's not responding to it so far. He's responding now. He has no gases, which is kind of crazy. Maybe he has no... There's actually a chance he has no robo, by the way. Some Protoss players are crazy like that. He has a robo there. It kind of looked to me like it just finished. Now, this is actually fantastic news. He's staying at home. And it looked like he was expanding. This could not have gone any better for us. If he was attacking me, or he already had his observer ready, both of those would have been rough. And now I'm going to get out with the Banshee. And more importantly, guys, I'm going to be able to get my Banshee speed up relatively uncontested after that early game. My economy does still suck. I think his eco should still be better than mine. Or maybe equal if he didn't macro that well. So there's no... Oh, I was about to cloak that, but I was missing 2 energy. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, I guess he's still going to attack me. I only saw 3 gates, though. His base looks to me like he has a hidden base or something. Or he just took his third very late. I'm not quite sure. Maybe his opening aggression was maybe a little bit more committed than I thought at first. Let's see, I have 2 Banshees at home. 2 Banshees obviously don't do too much against 10 Stalkers, but you know, at least if I pull my SCVs, it is a decent amount of units. There we go. I don't think he's really gonna struggle defending these once Banshee speed kicks in, though. I'm actually only making Banshees so far. It seems like the best unit to make here. Oh, he's losing so many probes. I'm actually gonna fly these to the corner. He doesn't have all his Stalkers at home, by the way, it looks like, unless he's waiting for me here. I'm gonna fly these to the corner to see if there's a potential hidden base around. Okay. Let's see. Is there an observer or is it a prism? Okay, it is an observer. Yeah, I actually think it's better for me to go for a counter attack here. I don't know why he blinked out. I quite literally have no units there, but we take those, guys. We take those for sure. So he's in my base here. This is the best possible scenario for me. He's going to find my SCVs and Marines at the same time. I think he was a little bit too scared. He also blinked on the high ground, which means he's going to lose another Stalker. And now I have so many Banshees here, guys. He's actually not going to be able to defend that. And there we go. Oh, it was a barcode. Didn't realize. Okay. So my opponent went for a 3-gate blink. I'm really curious what he did to make his build go so wrong. I guess maybe, yeah, he just didn't make any probes, looks like. Or maybe his aggression was more committed than I thought. No, this is just a regular core first. The Zealot was... I guess he made a Zealot before the Nexus. But besides that, I feel like he should have had way more probes. Keep in mind, all this time I was on 1 base. And the worker count is almost identical, so he didn't macro that well. I think either if he macroed a little bit better, which could have been possible, maybe he was just too distracted by my Reaper or something. If he macroed a little bit better or went for a dedicated attack, could have been very hard. But for now, the Banshee saved the day, which is fantastic. Let's move on to game number 2. Oh, game number 2 against Starcraft against a random player. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do against a random. I guess I'll just go for a Reaper expand, and then we'll see. I'll have to scout early. Now, I do think it's funny that I said I was going to try to explore better compositions in the intro, and then I ended up literally just making Banshees. I'm just trying to see what works, guys. I'm just trying to see what works. I do think Speed Banshees is going to be my favorite, or one of my favorite units in this entire series, because when they're fast, I mean, my opponent kind of surrendered before you could really see it come into play. But if Protoss, for example, doesn't have Phoenix... They have so much trouble defending these. It's actually fantastic. Same with Zerg and Terran, of course, though. I feel like with Queens and maybe like Cyclones and stuff, they should have a slightly easier time. If they make Phoenixes, I probably wouldn't go for Speed Banshees, but if they do, you know, I would be pretty excited. I think that's going to be really fun to experiment with Speed Banshees, see how they go. I wouldn't mind if they would quickly buff the Speed Banshee during the show, guys, so we can actually make the upgrade in time instead of having to wait 121 seconds for a freaking Hyperflight rotors to kick in. But probably not going to happen, so we'll just have to deal with that, find a nice timing. Now, there used to be a build against Zerg, actually. I'm not sure if you guys knew this. I want to say this was 2017, about 5 years ago. Innovation was the best Terran in the world at that time, one of the best Terrans ever. He had a sick mech build against Zerg where he would open with Speed Banshees and then go for double armory mech. And a lot of time his speed banshees didn't seem to do damage, but what they did do was control the game to the point where he could always play a mech macro game starting with double upgrades. And he did end up winning those games. I think it was the GSL semifinals against Dark that I remember most vividly where he did that. Oh, that's a second pylon before next and a second gas. Oof, okay. That is slightly terrifying. Unless he has the next... Wait, no, okay, he should have the Nexus, right? Oh no, I scouted early because he was random. Ah, right. Dude, I actually get really confused sometimes, but random players, I've said it a lot, they cannot really be trusted. And the reason is, his MMR is... How do I put this? It's accurate for his skills, but normally people with the MMR of a random player are gonna have better builds because they only main one race. I'm not sure if I said that properly, but I think you guys understand. So if you play a Protoss player at 3.7k MMR, right? He's gonna play like a 3.7k MMR player, and he's gonna have a pretty good, well-optimized build, right? It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be pretty good. But if you play against random players, I feel like they tend to have like good cheeses, maybe slightly better mechanics, but they have no idea what to do with the build order because they just haven't perfected it in all 9 matchups, which completely makes sense, of course, right? That is an incredibly hard thing to do, and that is obviously the challenge of playing random. Being able to play 9 matchups, so I feel like very often these guys have like decent micro and macro, but it's just really hard to understand what they're doing, which in turn makes it even more difficult to play against them. Like, he was gonna cheese me, but now he decided to make a Nexus, starts a Twilight and a Robo at the same time. I mean, he's proving to me what I'm telling you guys, like, right on the spot. Promise you guys, this is not staged. Oh, wait, I actually lost that Reaper. Huh. Okay, that is... Wait, what is this? Oh, it's an SCV. Ah, I was checking the gold base with that. Okay, so step number 1. Twilight plus Robo most often means Dark Templars, right? So the first thing we have to do is get a Raven. And then the other option that it could be is just a weird 4-gate Blink build. Sometimes I see people do a weird 4-gate Blink. Beginning like this. I mean, here's the DT Shrine already. You know, he seems to be able to afford a weird amount of stuff, I have to say. For, you know, having cancelled a cheese early on. But, oh, I actually misclicked that. So what my plan is going to be here is... Oh, can I get that? No. Good micro by him. Well done. Once again proving my point. Now, I'm already on my limit of Marines, so I don't want to lose any more... Oh, there we go. Okay, thank goodness. If I lost that one, that would have been a Sag. So now I'm going to have to deal with DTs with no units, basically. That's going to be very tough. How am I going to do it? I'm not sure yet. First thing you can do is wall off your base. This is one of the best natural counters to DTs. And then I'm gonna have to make probably Reactor Vikings. And the reason I say that is because... Well, actually, I can't land them. This is getting scarier by the minute, guys. But I can make at least one just to snipe the freaking War Prism. That is the first step. So I'll make a Banshee and a Viking. I'm gonna try to find the War Prism with this. And the wall off here at the front is just going to help me safeguard the front instantly. So maybe he tries to warp in inside of my base instead of before. And then I can just drop a turret under his prison. That is what I'm thinking. He didn't cancel the DT Shrine, at least not when I checked. That's important. Let's get a third starport. Okay, so he has... Okay. Huh, he's just making Stalkers. What can I do to defend against this, guys? I actually do not know. I'm gonna have to pull SCVs. I'm gonna stick to the rules. I'm not gonna land my Vikings. That's how I like my challenges the most. Sticking to the rules. So I'm just gonna be trying to snipe everything. I have my Banshee now, which is gonna be great. And then hopefully I can snipe the freaking War Prism here. Let's see. Oh, a turret is gonna be super nice here, actually. Oh, the turret didn't launch. There we go. Gonna be able to kill the War Prism with that. I almost have another... He's not microing these very well, I have to admit. He already lost a bunch of Stalkers there for pretty much no reason. So I can be pretty excited about this. And we did actually hold it off in the end with pretty much no units. Now he's targeting the Raven. I'm obviously not going to be losing that. So that is all good. And now he sees I have 3 starports and he's pretty like... I thought I was the one playing weird, but no. Now he figures out that it was actually me all along. That was the weird one. Now, how am I gonna get out of, you know, losing all this mining time? I think if he didn't make probes behind this, we're actually in a pretty good spot. If he did make probes, it's gonna be sketch. But, oh, there's actually an observer following my Banshees. Okay. So he probably did cancel the DT Shrine, I have to guess. Like, I've really been surprised this entire game at how much he was able to afford after that start. It seems like such a tragic start to go for you know, all that and just getting your stuff cancelled. Okay, he's gonna try to kill that missile turret. That's not gonna work. There we go. Just run around a little bit of micro, and we'll just remake that bunker right there. His observer should probably be returning back home. And I'm making actually a crap ton of banshees here. But what would be sick by him is he would reactively make phoenixes. I think that would actually be something that's a 500 IQ move. I'm gonna go in here, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be ready for it. Oh, he's slow warped in. That's beautiful. But the observer's not here yet, guys. Oh, there's gonna be so many workers dying. I'm actually gonna go into the main. I'm not 100% convinced that he made blink. Okay, he did make blink. Because he went the robo first, that's why I said it. Okay, another slow warp. Okay, his warp is... This is another side of a random player, guys. He's doing slow warp-ins. In case you guys didn't know, because this has actually not been in the game forever. If you warp in at a pylon that is not next to a nexus or next to a warp gate, the warp-in is very slow. And I think it's quite literally like... Maybe like 10 seconds instead of 4 or something like this. I feel like normally warp-in is like 3 or 4 seconds. And then it turns into like 10 or so. So it's actually a huge deal, of course. Now, I have 6 banshees now. Banshee speed is once again taking an eternity, but it is going to be finished at some point. There we go. Just going to be able to kill this now. Maybe I'll go for double armory as well. Once again playing with mass banshee. You know, you can actually just blink the stalkers away and you'd be fine. There's probably stalkers here if I had to guess, yeah. Okay, here the fun is going to begin because he's going to attack me, which is going to work. But my banshees have speed, or they almost have, and I'm going to be able to do so much damage in his base. Even if he has a cannon, I actually have enough to deal, or yeah, to straight up kill the cannon, unless he has a shield battery maybe. Here we go. Oh, he blinked forward. Wow, that is crazy. There we go. I'm going to do so much damage here. I can even kill the observer. Observer snipe with the auto turrets. Let's freaking go. And now I'm going to kill the cannon here. And he's actually out of detection. These banshees are going to frag because he lost the observer. And now I just have a million banshees in his base. I even one-shot that stalker there, actually. Wow. And these banshees are still doing amazing. I do need to be careful here. Oh, don't lose the raven. That would be a little bit of a shame. I like how he's warping it next to them. Like, I can't see the warp-ins. Killed that as well. One-shot that one. I think I actually have enough banshees to kill him, by the way. Wait, where's the observer? He still doesn't have... Wait, did I kill the pylon before he made one? Oh, no, I actually did. No freaking way. Look, he was starting to make an observer on this, but it was actually just last second, very late, but the robot was depowered, and my raven... The freaking MVP Raven actually killed the final observers and banshees, guys. I mean, I told you guys I'm gonna love them, and I'm loving them already. They're doing a fantastic job against these Protoss players. The only thing is that I'm not sure if I can get away with playing Sky Terran without the banshees, because I feel like you guys get like they keep making blink stalkers like they do against in every challenge against us, right? They always play Twilight, always play blink. Now he opened with DTs, but he still went blink. But I just don't think there's any other option to find the ground early on. Because we can make a Raven, which one Raven is obviously fantastic. Medevac is actually literally going to do nothing in this challenge. Unless I want to drop my 1 Reaper and my 5 Marines. Or my SCVs. I mean, it could be if you want to take an island base. And besides that, my anti-ground is Banshees or Battlecruisers. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to escape playing Banshees. I do feel like there might be a more efficient build to play. Where I maybe transition into Battlecruisers or so. But anyway, that's it for game number 2. Let's keep it going. All right, another I had a feeling that after not getting a single Protoss in the first episode, we are now going to play against only Protosses. Now, this game, I want to do something different. I'm just not sure how. Actually, I'm going to do a crazy idea here that I had before. I'm going to try to do the same double gas opener that I did in game 1. I don't think I did in game 2, but I did in game 1. But instead, I'm going to try to go for a super fast BC. Try to just proxy a BC next to his base, maybe. That could be a great idea. The one thing I found out is that players in Diamond and Masters tend to scout for proxies way more than in GM. And I'm not sure if you guys are just like more paranoid or if people just cheese way more at this point. But it's definitely a thing. I feel like I had some games where I would be leveling up an account on another server. Like, if you guys don't know, if you don't play in a server or on an account for 2 seasons, your MMR gets completely reset. So every time I had to go to Korea, for example, or not had to go, but every time I went to Korea, I had to level up my account again. And obviously the fastest way to do that is by doing a proxy barracks. So something I would find is that I would proxy a barracks literally in the middle of the map, like super far away. And then I would still get like drone scouter or something like that, you know. So actually a little bit afraid of proxying Diamond and Masters players, but I guess we'll see. I'm actually going to pretend to do a normal scout here, which is with my 18th SEV. Now, I feel like this guy probably sees all kind of scout timing, so it's not gonna, you know, give him the feeling that it's standard or not. Maybe it's even a weird scout, I don't know. But I'm basically gonna try to scout, and it's gonna be a little bit of a fake scout. I want to see if there's a nexus, of course, but besides that, I just want to make sure I have an SCV to go to a proxy location, and that way I can proxy without it being suspicious. Now, this probe movement was already very suspicious, by the way. That probe came from here and not from any kind of decent location, so not quite sure what to expect. He does have a normal nexus timing, though, normal pylon timing as well. Let's see if there's a gateway here. Okay, everything's just really standard. I guess he probably just shift-clicked into my natural and then after that into my main base. At least it really seemed like the probe came from here. But I think with what he's doing, there shouldn't be any room for there to be a proxy. Now, can I make the starport after the CC, or is it gonna be too late? And now I'm gonna, you know, tell you guys something important. If you play BCs, you could think, why the hell? Actually, I'm gonna take a hidden base to be crazy. Okay, I like this. This is crazy. Why the hell would you proxy a BC when it can just teleport across? Reasonable question, right? So the thing is, if you teleport it across, you... Let's see what... Oh no, the Adept is stuck. Oh, that is tragic. Oh, but did he Chrono Boost as well? He's not even going to recall that? That's leaving a man behind. That's not cool. What I was going to say is if you teleport your BC across and there's stalkers, all you can do is hide in the corner, right? And that's it. You have to wait for another minute. The cooldown is like, I think it's like 62 or 82 seconds or something on the teleport. So it's definitely a long while before you can actually teleport. So if you fly it in from a proxy, you can fly it over all the stalkers, target probes until your battlecruiser's low HP, and then teleport it back home. So by proxying it like this, you basically guarantee yourself to do at least a medium amount of damage. If you fly it across or teleport it across instantly, you could actually be in for a bad time. So that's why I'm going to proxy it here. And then after my 4 Marines, I'm going to make another starport at home. Okay, for a second I thought it was a Stargate, but it is a gateway. Let's do some scouting. Do you guys think he freed the Adept? Oh, now he sees I have no base. Okay, there's a Twilight Council. He sees I have no base. Now he's probably really confused that seeing I'm on one base here. Oh, yes, he was greedy there. Okay, this is actually sick mind games. What is he gonna think now? Did he see one of my SCVs move? Does he realize I took the back base or not? I mean, this feels like a really crazy back base to take. And by the way, thinking about it now, mind games are cool and all, but this base only has 1 gas. So how the hell am I freaking gonna afford my Sky Terror and stuff now? This is, probably should have thought it through a little bit more before I decided to just YOLO drop it there, but maybe I can take a 3rd faster now because I have more minerals and less gas, right guys? Now, actually this base is less minerals too, but I guess if I'm not using my SCVs to mine gas, I do technically have a few more minerals. Now, I want to take this 3rd on location. Wait, oh, I actually didn't really mean to send that back, but welcome back. I'm gonna start Yamato actually. I'm really trying. My brain is working overtime to realize or to try and figure out if I actually have enough to defend stuff here. Because making the Yamato is basically the cost of a starport, right? So I could have made a starport instead of that. And I'm not allowed to make any factory units or any more barracks units either. So I'm really not sure whether I'm gonna die or not. Now the mind game here is definitely working. And the way you can see it is by the fact that he's making extra batteries. So he's expecting basically a 1 base all in here. Now, batteries are a really good counter to BCs because even battlecruisers don't really out-DPS them. I mean, nothing really does, but yeah, they're very, very, very tanky. Now, I think it's smart if I just build all my starports in the back base, actually. If you play Bio, this sounds stupid, but here, it's just least likely to be sniped. So he has a Robo. Yeah, this looks like a very standard Blink build to me, actually. And then I'll just go for this, get my extra starports in the back. And now I'm going to show you guys what I mean. He's going to attack me with his Stalkers, but I will be able to stay until my battlecruiser's low HP, and then dip. Now, actually, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to get planetaries into my main base. See, I'm going to kill that Stalker at least. Maybe do some more damage. I'm going to get 2 planetaries, and I'm going to make them at the front of my bases, so I can execute my Sky Terran in peace. And see, I'm going to target 1 more. And then because I flew it in instead of teleporting, I can teleport it home. And we are back home completely safe. And that's the way you use a proxied battlecruiser. You can really use it to maximum effect. The downside is that my starport is out there, by the way. Like, I'm not trying to convince you guys this is the ultimate way to do it. But that is the big downside, that, you know, my starport is out in the middle of freaking nowhere now. So that is also a small point, of course. My battlecruiser is healed. I should probably keep it. Now, the reason for these CCs is that I'm gonna make planetaries. Without planetaries, I can't really defend big waves of stalkers. In case you guys didn't know, stalkers do definitely own battlecruisers a little bit. Like, if you have enough stalkers, you're not gonna be able to do that much with them. Now, I have a Yamato available. He's not actually coming back here, guys. This is a little bit suspicious. Let me just Yamato one of them. Maybe I can target, like, a few more probes here. One more, and then he's gonna blink and I'm out. Yeah, perfect timing. Okay, perfect. I love that. And then I guess I should be sending out this one at the same time. Repair this bad boy. Get a planetary here. Now, there's definitely room to still attack me, right? Because, I mean, he could just blink here, for example, right? It's not that hard to find a way to attack us. Now, the fact that his stalkers are still at home makes me very happy. I'm actually gonna remake that factory, because if this goes into a macro game, I'm definitely gonna need more than 3 starports. I don't need them yet, but I might as well remake it now. Now, that was another case of a nice geothermal factory flying across for very little reason. And oh wait, actually, no, I want to let Shamil repair it. No, I'm not gonna make it. Okay, that would have been sick if I actually got it though. But I think he does have that back base, judging from what he has. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find that back base there. And now my BCs, I only made 2 of them, but hopefully I'm going to be able to harass with these for the rest of the game. That is my ideal game plan here. And it's right now I'm making Banshees, but at some point I definitely want to get back into making battlecruisers, because battlecruisers are a better end game, but these Banshees are going to deliver me slightly faster harassment, which is going to be nice. Might as well get the planetary upgrades as well. Okay, so there's actually no 3rd base yet. Keep in mind, all this time he thought I was on 1 base. At this point, he realized I've expanded surely. But all this time, yeah, he's probably playing like overly safe because I was on 1 base when he scouted. Now, this planetary is actually helping me massively because he cannot really break it with that amount of stalkers. He's going to go for a recall. Oh, he does have a lot of stalkers. I think I'll have to teleport back instantly. Yeah, that was going to be dangerous otherwise. Do I have my speed yet? Speed is almost finished. Now, you see, I have 1,000,000 SCVs here. Wait, where did I teleport it to? Oh, there it is. I have 1,000,000 SCVs here. I just need to wait to have another CC done so I can saturate it. Now oh, look at the fast. They're so fast. I love it. Let's see, 91 SCVs with Skytear. You can definitely go up to, I think 100 should be fine. Though at some point, you're actually going to have to sack them if you want to go for, like, the proper mass BC army. Here we go. This is going to die first. Oh, he does have a Stargate. That is kind of scary. Phoenixes would do very well against these. I think it is probably a good time to stop making Banshees then. So I don't get absolutely destroyed by some Phoenixes. But you can see how good they are. They're so fast. He definitely wasn't prepared to deal with this at all. If you're not in position, you're just going to lose a lot of stuff all the time. I think it's the back base where I have all of them. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Some more harassment. The cannons are actually well done by him. I think based on what he saw, he probably didn't need them. But the fact that he had the presence of mind to make them is definitely going to help him out. So he has... Oh, he's going to go for Tempest with the Fleet Beacon. I mean, it could still be... what are they called? Could still be carriers, of course. But it does make sense to go for Tempest against the battlecruisers. That is actually a pretty good counter. And he has that base, but not the back base, which is... a little bit surprising. Like, the back base is really not that bad. He could have taken it pretty, you know, freely, I want to say. Now, 105... Okay, that's probably a little bit too much. Like, I was about to start a few more, but 105 SCVs, that is probably more than what I need. Now, he did find my base over here, which means I'm going to have to make some more... or my starport, rather, so I'm going to have to make some more starports here. Let's see... I'll kill the batteries first. He doesn't have detection here, actually. It doesn't look like. I can probably kill these. Oh, he has 1 Phoenix. I'm not sure if he has detection. Okay, Banshees are not that bad. Like, I know, you know, you wanted to prevent the harassment, but I can still just kill all those stalkers. Now, look at the speed on those. Wait, I'm making more SCVs on accident. Shouldn't be doing that. Now, sadly, the Phoenix should be able to kill all of them, I think. Let's see, what is the speed actually on a Phoenix? 5.95, 5.25. So Phoenixes are actually a good amount faster than Banshees. Even with speed. But I kind of expected that, so I'm already busy making mostly battlecruisers here. Let's try to get that other base up as well. I mean, this is all buying me a lot of time to get BCs up and stuff, so it is really not that bad. And obviously, since I do have all the planetaries and CCs up, I'm probably not going to be dying anytime soon. Yeah, he's making a lot of Phoenixes. Okay. He has a revelation. He wasn't using it for a bit. Oh, I lost my... Oops, I forgot about that. Oh, crap. I lost my fusion core, of course. That was not smart, guys. I know losing my factory I'm used to. Not used to losing my fusion core, as you can probably imagine. That is not, you know, usually what I have to deal with. But I do have a good setup, like I mentioned before, so I think we're going to be fine. Maybe we're going to add a few more starports here. And maybe I'll even make some ravens. Now, if you're wondering why I'm making so many CCs, one of the best things you can do as Terran in the late game is really just making a lot of command centers. They help you with everything. At some point, I won't even need SCVs on minerals anymore. I have permanent vision with the CCs. In the late game, if you're not making a million CCs, you're just doing it wrong, simply put. Now, he does probably have a pretty dangerous attack for me, but I think he's gonna have to come back for that. Let me get my 2-2 as well. Yeah, I'll just lift these. Like, he doesn't actually have a really good planetary crushing army here. Here we go. Just gonna use my Yamato. I mean, if he wants to fight this, I'm totally fine with it. Like, he needs to recall right now, or he's just gonna lose a bunch of stuff for free. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There is a recall. I'm not sure where he recalled to. Oh, probably to the third base, if I had to guess. Oh, he really does underestimate these units, by the way. He keeps freaking blinking under them and stuff. Now I'm just gonna teleport them away one by one, so I get as much value as possible. You see I'm killing all these Phoenixes and stuff as well. Tempests do actually do 1,000,000 damage though, so the Tempests are definitely kind of owning me a little bit here. If you... Oh, teleport out! Oh, no way I saved that. Okay, that is actually... Look at the HP on those! Oh man, battlecruisers. There we freaking go. That is how I use BCs, guys. It's not always gonna look like that, but if you do it, you know, perfectly timed, and that is what it looks like. All these BCs on 1 HP, feeling fantastic. I actually have the perfect amount of SCVs, or I had, but now I'm gonna have to sacrifice a few. I have so many orbitals, I don't really need yeah, more battlecruiser or more SCVs. Like, I think I actually have more than enough mining going on. I'm just gonna keep making command centers until eternity. Maybe I'll get that pylon and we can give that SCV a name. That would also be pretty funny. 2-2 is almost gonna finish here as well. And with this one, I'm just gonna do some basic harassment. Well, I try to establish this base as well. These I can also sacrifice. Like, normally with this, at some point you want to go down to 50 SCVs. And right now I still have 92, so obviously, you know, more than enough. And I think I actually did a lot of eco damage, so he can't get that many Tempest out. Besides that, he actually doesn't have any upgrades. And you're really gonna need though. Like, BCs with an upgrade advantage are freaking insane, let me tell you guys that. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and make some ravens here. That's like the only thing that would make my army even better, probably. There we go. Whoo! And they're gone. It's kind of like the scan technique in the Cycle of Mind thing, you know? Oh, he does actually have a lot of freaking Tempest. If he's not paying attention, I can get on top. Tempests are good because you can kite with them, not because you can stand still. Oh, he's actually gonna fight this. Yeah, I'll take this trade any day of the week. If you want to fight straight up, like, that's just not what Tempests are made for. Tempests are really good against BCs, but you need to fly away and kite with them. BCs just do a lot of damage. Yeah, this is 2-2 against 0-0. Really a good demonstration of BC power. Unit slots looking incredible. And I think this was our first proper macro game, actually, with Sky Terran to Grandmaster. Double the units lost, and most importantly, 70 workers killed. That's what the harassment is all about. We used the Proxy BC, we used the Banshees, and then back into the BCs. And this was a really good example of what it looked like. Now, we can definitely make some improvements. I could make a Raven a little bit faster, maybe, just for detection. You only really want anti-armor missile when you have a lot of battlecruisers to use it with. But anyway, very happy with this episode. As always, let me know what you guys want to see in the next one. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.